Welcome back to another stream. Let's get back to progress. See how far we can make it in the content for the patch today. And go from there. So, that was a thing. Go to Radzat-Han. So last time we had just gotten to the point of we had cleared the first dungeon for the expansion, found out about Vritra's sorrow, about what happened to his elder sister, as he referred to her, and was trying to cope with that. And so, as a result of that, there was some conversation, and he explained a lot of things. We learned that there was what was a fissure that was then expanded into a void gate underneath the ocean there that was locked away in order to prevent anything from coming through it to their side, or to prevent anyone from going through it to the other side, because, void sent are a legitimate problem. Currently, we've been talking to Vritra through his simulacrum in the form of Varshan. Very deep further, but it must have been the matter of the Vault Sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Kapahulu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring anyone out of storage and see that it is conveyed to its post along with some few lesser constructs. Was it tomb robbers, fiends born of the Tower of Zot by the sisters? Do not tell me a blasphemy yet roams free. Everybody looking at each other like, oops. Such killing faces. Surely it isn't you who are responsible for this. Oh. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. Man. I feel bad for this fool. Notifications about now. Straight up and ignoring that for now. And with that, the vault will soon be secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions. Quite a few, in fact, but I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It is still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemy forged lock. Oh, alchemically forged lock, and warded it with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state, it would admit only the lowliest of void sin, and from this side, no man would be able to pass through. No man. I should think Alphino would fit, given a firm enough push. Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. And yet you succeeded in expanding the diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemists, I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead, I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. But the process has long since been forgotten. Once I had given up searching for Azdaia, there was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus has the gate lain dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simply thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a covenant made with the cloud of darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void sen, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. You seem to have struck a bargain of your own, Axel Dai, my character. Though it serves you well in battle, be aware that the beneficial nature of your arrangement is the exception which proves the rule. Because I'm playing as a Reaper. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the Bounty Gate. Mayhap you could resume the search for your sister. As I have already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place, and my duty, is here now. I had meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? To see if the legends were true. As you have seen, the fabulous wealth from the stories is quite real, if not its rumored origin. But I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. Then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? Just giving a casual nod. Oh man, here's Y'shtola. Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. You are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. What the heck just happened? Why did Call Me Maybe just start playing from my phone? I'm concerned. Huh? Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is. Would that I could join thee in thy study, but the Loquarits will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. Just shut up, Urianger. Go away. Learn to speak modern English. And here's Grahatia, and I must be off to Charlian as well. Mistress Kryl was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the Annex as soon as you are able. Farewell for now. We can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. Thanks, Y'shtola, for reminding me. And with that, the conversation is done. Ah. Interesting. What you got for me, Vershan? The difficult part in all of this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? I guess I'm going to. Thank you, Axeldai. Estinian's just gonna follow me apparently, because he's like, Axeldai and I are in this together. I will follow his example. Woo! Quest complete. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Ah, this place that was in my head before. My. What is going on here? Fire, water, earth, and air. It's intentionally not showing his face. Ah, the Throne of Earth mentions sensing the breaching of a gate, but not one that was instigated from this side. 'Twas thrown open from the other. Throne of Fire, I too felt it. A rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. So, an opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. So there's something coming. Something voidy is gonna happen. Throne of Wind. Yet we must not underestimate he who bested the Cloud of Darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Thank you, Wind, for noticing my badassery. And here's the water. Bah, let him come. I will drown the world and watch this fleshling gasp for breath in his final moments. Yes. It's my beetle. The Knight in Black is now speaking. Your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath this sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. Well, 'tis time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. Oh shit. Upcoming war with the Void? Check. Alright. Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from the monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the satrap directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead. Oh. Axeldai, you are to visit Akyali and Yedlamad. Speak with Matsaya and his people, and listen to their grievances. Asinian, I bid you do the same at Palapa Stand. I will be conducting my own inquiries at the Giant Skull grounds. These are some interesting names. What's up, Rios? How you doing, brother? Welcome in, welcome in. Let's see if my shout-out command is going to work today, or if I'm going to have to do the other thing. Still broken. Cool.
Jesus.
Oh, is that so, Rios? Ooh, I'm sorry your shoulder hurts, but... yeah. How is Sparks, by the way? I haven't seen hide nor hair of him since I've been welcomed back into you and Fail's communities. Once you believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace, we can reconvene at Megaduta. I'm just kind of going with the flow and trying to hope I'm pronouncing half of these names right. I just know they're supposed to be Middle Eastern. Yeah. Yeah, I hope he's doing alright though. Yeah. Well, that's good that the last time you checked he was doing okay. There's that at least. Cool, now I get to go to this place. To Yedlamad. I don't speak any language known to be used in the Middle East, so I have no fucking clue what I'm saying, or if I'm pronouncing any of this with any modicum of correctness. I'm just kind of hoping for the best here. Get on the bird. The bird of darkness. The dark bird. I need to do all the side quests, get the ability to fly again, but I'll get there eventually. Right now I'm worried about doing the patch content to complete the story more than I'm worried about being able to fly around. Because I need to finish the patch content to be caught up for for when the expansion releases this summer. So with that new expansion's release, I can start gaming on this even more and working through another part of this epic story that is starting off with a different section, starting off a different storyline than we've been up to at this point so far. Causals, loss. Welcome in, Valeria Art 13. Hello, hello. I'm doing well. How are you? Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. Now I gotta go back to the town and speak with a couple of people. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Let's keep moving, I guess, for now. Trying to get story progress done. I don't think it's gonna auto-aggro to me because I'm max level currently. Nope, it still can, and will. Cool. It's going well. If you're about to try and, get me to utilize you for promotion or art or anything, you can just stop now, because I already have my artists. Alright, who just tried to scare me and failed? Why is it not telling me? Why do I feel like it was fair? Was that you, Rios? Do I need to shake a stick at you? Hey, look, sometimes fear just pops up and tries to scare me and then runs away when he fails. It was Santa Claus, I understand entirely. I'm gonna have to go get that, merry old, jolly old fat elf. Greetings and welcome, traveler. If this is your first visit to Thavnair, then you must try my special Amra Lassi. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. What could such a wonder cost? You wonder? Normally I part with 3 bottles for the generous price of 19,800 gil, but for you, I am willing to go as low as even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. I'm not Estinian. You're not gonna rip me off. Who was with that spear-toting fellow? Well, you can hardly blame a man for trying. The world may no longer be on fire. We are still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sisters, spare me. We might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune... No, I do not, Valeria. I already said if you're going to try to pedal to just stop, and you just continued to try and pedal. You'd be scavenging for scraps in the street. I don't understand why everybody does not know how to listen these days. This is not the first time somebody has come in, I've told them, no, I don't want them to, show me their designs because I have no desire to ask for them to do anything. And then they continue to try and sell it. I'm lost at this point as to why anybody doesn't know the meaning of the word no. It's honestly kind of annoying and a little pitiful there, Rios, that people are going to go shamelessly self-promote their art, try to get people to use their art even when they have said no before they even tried to show them, because they kind of had a feeling what was going on. It's ridiculous, honestly. In fact, I'm about to save myself a little trouble. Boom. They cannot message anymore because I have just gone out of my way to ban them. Maybe that'll actually make them figure out not, doing that crap. Why is there not... Why can I not go into the Ethernet? What the heck? That's annoying. It's supposed to let me into the Ethernet. Where's the nearest one? In any case, what the heck? Okay, so it's just not letting me utilize the Ethernet at all. What the heck is glitching here? Guess I gotta walk there since it's gonna be broken. Yeah. You still working a security gig, Rios? Or have you moved to bigger and better? Well, there you go. That's good to hear. I have an interview for a security gig part-time tomorrow. So I'm hopefully going to be able to get it, but glad that you're making $7 more than you were. And you're a supervisor, so you can push more of the work on others. Not that you do that. You're a workaholic, I know. Now it'll let me target the Ethernet shards. Wow, it was just really behind for a second there. Really quickly, I want to see if I've dropped frames and it's not told me, because... No frame drops. So it's just running slow there for a bit for some reason. Alright, on we go. He's got a point. Fair enough. People of Palakistan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Yed Lamad. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs for the most part. Palaka's stand has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant skull to a foreign trader. Sounds good, Rios. Thank you for the lurk. Thanks for popping in. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavner has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akyali and Yedlamad? I see, without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch, which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Yedlamad. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when beasts sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale, repeated over and over. So many lives lost. That boy that thought he was trying to scam us. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome. But we will not. Axeldai, Estinian, I will consider the perspectives you've brought me and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. Making use of me, as always.
I thank you for your attendance. The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadar's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of my office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Karazar's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. The simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Oh, he's asking me for my opinion. Taxes would be the best answer.
I see. We create a reliable source of revenue.
Yep.
Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive Val Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage.
There you go, Frishra.
Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name. A fitting candidate. Kalzal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. Narad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kalzal Foundation.
Nice. Starting a foundation.
Thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor. Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
As you should be, Estinian. You helped with it. Just like here. Alright, give me but a moment to quickly do something here, y'all. Alright, I'm going to run a quick 1-minute ad break for those of you here on Twitch. I'll make sure not to start any more storyline during this 1 minute. In the meantime, please stretch your legs if you need, and I will see you guys on the other side of this ad break. Alright, now that this ad break has run, let's go talk to the veteran Radiant. He wants to share his gratitude. Yes. Going to the Void Gate. We're going to talk about the Void Gate, I should say. Alright, now we go to the High Crucible once more to see what Y'shtola has learned. High Crucible of Alchemia. Alchemia. Real quick, I do, however, want to change this up. Alright, with that, now we speak with Y'shtola.
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics.
The Estinian's impatient. He's
From
a
what we
warrior.
understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first.
Mhm.
You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many Voidsent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain Exarch dragged us to the first. And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Voidsent's physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alak's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No. The danger is too great.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Is she about to send me to the void? Because I am all for going
Were you
to
not listening
the
to my
void.
Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death.
Go alone.
But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th, and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
I mean, I did shut it up.
I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
Why, thank you, Ystrola, for relying upon me.
That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single Voidsent will be allowed to threaten Radz-at-Han, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daymir was overseeing the project.
Daymir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a Voidsent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made Voidsent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made Voidsent?
I see.
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Sharlane's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
Restricted section of Numenon.
Yes, it may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlium.
There. Justinian's walking away.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. Still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Justinian's a good guy. When you get past the cold rage that is what he seems to be on the surface, and what was his motivation.
Let us be
for
on our
so
way
long.
as well.
Yo, Ox, how you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for popping by, brother.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Give me just a moment there, Ox. I could give you a shout out. I gotta wait for the cutscene to finish so that nothing goes without audio. I don't know if you have, any clips, but this one will show any clips you may have.
It's like
And
I think Bruiser is better than
this
Sentinel,
is your
right? Just
shout
armor,
out.
whereas a whole team gets health. I don't think so. I could have probably 3-starred. Bro, it ain't no Imagine, dude. I'm winning this.
Oh no, I've been enjoying the fuck out of it. I am currently doing the patch content that came after Endwalker. This has been such a good game, in my opinion, for the entirety of the time that I've been playing it. So I played through to get to this point. And there's a new expansion coming out in this summer. I'm really looking forward to that as well. Yep. Ethernet. He's gonna be in the studio, so that's where I want to go. Fast travel to the studio. And go from there. Oh, absolutely, Twiz. Absolutely. And how are you doing, by the way, Twiz? Welcome in, welcome in. There is a Final Fantasy XIV cookbook. Well, we only got 20 more minutes, thankfully. Yeah, there's a cookbook for this game. Hey Mag, how you doing? How you doing? Do you mind giving Twiz here a shout out for me, Mag? You're gonna have to do the / shout out because I still haven't gotten my !SO to work proper. It'll just play a clip if it's used, which would play one of his clips. That would be 15, I do believe. Twiz. Like, it shows the finished product and everything, and... whatnot. Yep. Oh, of course, of course. I get it eating at you. Oh man. I haven't personally put a lot of time into 15. Mostly because to me it's kind of a weird story, I guess. I don't know. It feels like a boys' trip. I'm wearing a suit, brother. I ain't flashing you. I got a suit on with my facial hair dangling. My stock. Gotta love it. I understand, Twiz. I had to think about it for a minute, too, when I first saw it. It's 8 o'clock. Yeah. Well, alright. Alright. He's going to try to get us into the forbidden section. Yeah, Mag's being Mag. Glad to see you're okay with being yourself still, brother. I was worried about you last time. One hand washes the other. This way, and out the exit. let's see, how much am I gonna sell this one for? It's 1,000 seem to be showing. Let's see. 1,000 is the cheapest I saw, so I'm gonna do 990. To sell those. Do you have anything that was needing to be taken out? No, you don't. Okay. To the Levier estate. Oh, shiznits. Alright. Yeah, I mean, whatever floats your boat there, Mag. I'm not a fan of cheese in general, especially the stinky kind. Alright, he's going to get Fortunal Levier. And with this, Y'shtola and I explain to him what we're trying to get. I see. Well, there you go. Problem solved. The Valdesian Annex now. I love that I can still make use of the teleportation features with her, as that allows me to not have to run the entirety of this place. Yep, so now we go here and finish. I see, Mag. He needs a kissy fish. He needs something for sure. What did the forum decide? Well, with that, we can now enter the archives. He doesn't know how else to show love. Alright, now finally talk with your Stola again. Do I need to use the mentor? Just for the earrings that I just purchased. That's good. So now I just need eye level 640. Wrists, neck, and rings. At that point, I would be done. So, here, it's just as fast to just run over as it is to teleport there and then walk. So. Of course I have to go up those stairs that I just tried to bypass. There we go. Or I can just, you know, do some hops. Right, so first, talk to her right here. What's she got to say to me? Page over here. The way they speak is so weird. The jumbling of capitals and non-capitals. It says not to use naked flames, and then at the table there is naked flames. Logic, I see none. Huh.
If House Damir's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Untitled journal. Weighty tone. Let's see if there's another one I'm missing. Another bound log. Nothing else that I see up or down. Not that I've seen, so it's gotta be this, right? speak with Y'shtola. Next.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damia's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about. Among the ranks of the Voidsent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard. From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations. Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate. Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial atoms. How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon Voidsent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales. And still, House Damia went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive.
Not in the slowest.
It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves. Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
I think that that is going to be the end of the stream for today. Been a fairly decent stream. Gonna go ahead and cut the recording now and prepare for the shoutouts, or sorry, the ending little spiel.